Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into brand new colors from 915 Aesthetics that were part of the Valentine's Day release. They are great colors, wait till you see them in action. We're also going to be using dip liquids today, and then we're going to create a set of press-ons on the shape short coffin. So we're going to start off with this beautiful pink color called Date Night. We're going to give it a good stir, and before we get into that color, we're going to do a little bit of color blocking today. So I'm just going to use this medical tape. It is from 3M, and we're just going to line it up on the nail where we want that color difference. I really wanted just like a sharp line today, so that's why we're pulling in this color blocking tape. And then once I have it where I'm satisfied with that line, I'm going to take the silicone tool and just make sure that tape is laying completely flat. And now we are good to go in with our dip base. So just make sure you are lining up that brush right before that tape, and then just drag that brush down slowly just to make sure you're not oversaturating that nail with that dip base or flooding that area of that tape. You can go slightly on that tape, just a little bit, but you don't want to just completely cover it. That's going to give you a really hard time when it comes to that removal process. All right, so here's what we're working with. We have a gorgeous milky pink right off the bat. This color is super buildable, and in my opinion, it is a great limited edition color that you definitely need to grab and have in your arsenal, because based on how buildable it is, and it's just a very delicate color. You could use this for a pink French tip. You can use this for, like, right here we have like this gorgeous milkiness to it, and then you could use some really fun nail art. It's really beautiful and just such a delicate color. So we are going to go ahead and build up this color today. We're going to end up doing with the Date Night color 3 dips total, so you can really see the difference and that color payoff. So we're just going to go ahead and apply that dip base. Again, do a very, very thin layer, and then we're dipping directly into the jar. So I'm using the dip liquids from Sparkle & Co. They're a very thin consistency, which works great when you are making press-ons. All right, so this color is even better with that second dip. So you're going to notice here I'm pressing everything down and just making sure everything's laying super flat. It is really important when you are making press-ons that you do take that extra step to just make sure everything is laying super flat and keeping that shape of the nail, because you do not want to bulk that up. You want to keep it to that coffin shape the most you can, and the best way to do that and reduce bulk is just spending that extra time just making sure everything is laying super flat. So we're going in with another thin layer of that dip base here, and you're gonna also see this color come into action on 2 other nails, so you're gonna really get a good idea on how this performs in a good color comparison here. I know that tape right there is not giving you like the full impact of this color, so hang on for that. So right here now we have the perfect bubblegum pink. It is everything, and it is really, really pretty. I feel like it's a lot of times when you dabble into a light pink color like this, it can tend to look really chalky or have like this harsh like white flashback to it. We're not pulling any of that white. This is a pure light pink, and it is really, really beautiful. I feel like this is a great color to transition you not only into Valentine's Day, but I feel like it's a great color to transition you into spring as well, and you're going to get a lot of use out of this. So now we're going to go ahead and apply this to 2 other nails, and throughout this process here, once we're done with this nail here, I'm going to show you a comparison of 1 dip versus 3, and then 2 dips versus 3, so you can really get a good idea on what the color difference is and what they look like with each dip, because no matter what, if you're doing 1 dip like we're doing right here, you're getting really awesome coverage. You can see here there's no patchiness, there's no streakiness. You're getting really good full coverage. So I feel like if you're not looking to build up strength or anything, this color right here is really awesome. All right, so I've been getting a lot of questions on press-ons, so I just wanted to touch base with that. I will have a video coming up, so stay tuned for that on like application and removal. But how I apply my press-ons is once we're all done, I will go ahead and make sure I prep my cuticles and do all my removal like the morning of, and then I'll wait a few hours before I go ahead and apply my press-ons. Me personally, I like to apply my press-ons right before bed, and then I avoid any lotions or cuticle oils. So what I do is I will apply a layer of dip base on my natural nail, and then another little bit of dip base on the actual press-on, and then I'll go ahead and line that up and make sure everything is straight, and then I will apply it on a slight angle right by the cuticle line, and then I'll press down and hold that nail down for a full 30 seconds, and then I'll repeat that process and with the other nails, I like to start with the pinky first because I feel like I'm working then away from the hand. That's just what works best for me, but dip base definitely works better for me than the nail glue. Now, if you are using a dip base that's a low odor, I do not recommend that for applying the press-ons because it does not have a really good adhesion like the regular dip liquids do. But you definitely could use nail glue as well. Just follow those simple steps. Just a dot of the glue then, and then a dot of the glue on the press-on, and then hold it down for 30 seconds. And then once you're done applying the entire set, stay away from any lotions, cuticle oils, any hot water, any water in general, any steam. So if you're cooking something, stay away from all that because that's really gonna help keep the longevity of that adhesion, because adding lotion and cuticle oil is gonna just naturally break down that adhesion, and then you're going to have issues with pop off. So just stay away from all that. Apply your nails, go to bed, and then in the morning you can go about your day. I just feel like I get the best longevity when it comes to that process. So that's just some helpful tips. And then when I do my cuticle prep, I use cuticle oil and lotions throughout the day. And then just make sure before you apply your press-ons, you're just washing your hands and removing any extra oils before you go in with that dip base to apply your set. All right, so we are done with 3 coats of Date Night. It is beautiful. And this is when you're going to see right here the color difference. I'm going to show you 1 dip versus 3 so you can really see how this color performs. All right, so enough chit chat. Let's dive into the rest of this beautiful color and scene in action, and then I'm going to pop back in just a few moments. I might go too fast. I don't care about those limits, 'cause I want this to last like nothing ever lasts before. I might go too fast. Suddenly I feel so rich. No, I don't know nothing. Oh, I can't let this slip. No, I gotta seize the moment. Have you even noticed? Are you thinking about me? Are you thinking about me? I'm having a hard time not doing anything other than thinking about you. So are you thinking about me? 'Cause I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Don't wanna go fast, 'cause I know that people get scared sometimes. Hope it's not this time, 'cause I might go too fast. Suddenly I feel so rich. All right, we're just wrapping up with this beautiful pink, and before we dive into that glitter, we're going to remove that color blocking tape. I like to take the nail completely off the stand here so I have some more control of the nail, and then I'm going to slowly pull this tape off. And for the most part, this line is straight, but I just want to crisp it up just a little bit here. So we're just going to take the file and just crisp up the line a little bit. I recommend you do this part first before you go in with that next color, because once you apply that next color, you are not going to be able to fix the appearance of this line when you do your filing and buffing at the end. All right, so we're getting into this gorgeous glitter. It's a mixture of chunky and fine. It is beautiful, and it complements Date Night so well because it has like these little pink glitters in it. So I am just slowly working and pulling down this dip base on that nail, making sure I'm avoiding any of that pink area. And then I did pour the glitter into that cupcake liner just so we have a little bit more wiggle room, and then I can focus on areas of the finer glitter or the chunkier glitter. All right, so now I'm just going to take this orange wood stick and I'm going to move any glitters away from that line, just so we make sure that we're keeping that line pretty straight here. And then I am also going to make sure we're pressing everything down, since we did pick a lot of those chunky glitters up. I'm just going to make sure that we are pressing everything down to make sure it is laying super flat. And then if there's any big pieces along that cuticle line or the sidewalls, I'm just going to remove those big pieces completely, so then we make sure that we have a really flat, even surface. So here's what we're working with. I'm loving the coverage right here. You could totally stop, or you can continue to build it up. and I figured we're going to dust off, and I was going to stop here, but I was like, you know what? Let's see how it performs with a second dip. So that's what we're going to do, but check it out. We have great coverage, and I really love how it has like these pink flexes of glitter in there to just really tie that pink color together. Even though this is like a Valentine's Day set, I feel like this is a great like summer set as well. These colors are really beautiful, and I like the twist on how these are not your like traditional Valentine's Day colors. I really like this, and it's completely different. So I'm definitely loving this. It's a good change of pace than like your reds and like your bright pinks. This is just overall a really beautiful combination. And there's something about the teals in here and the pink that just like have my whole heart. All right, so we went in with a second coat. It looks like a hot mess, but trust the process. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and press things down, and we're going to do that exact same thing. We're going to go ahead and just move away any of those bigger pieces of glitter that you see here, and then we're going to clean up that line as well on the top there by moving away any of those smaller pieces of glitter that got above that nail, because we want to keep that line as crisp as we can to just show the separation of those two beautiful colors. And the orange wood stick really works good for this. You can use a precision tool as well. I interchange them both from the precision tool and the orange wood stick. Lately, I've been loving the orange wood stick. So now we're just going to go ahead and just firmly press all these glitters down. You can do this with the gel method as well. Just keep in mind, if you are using the gel method, make sure you are pressing a little bit more lightly on the nail so you're not disturbing that gel layer, and then you would be moving all those glitters around. But you definitely can do this with the gel method as well. So I took that nail off the stand so I could really focus on making those nails really flat, and then just gently cleaning up the sides here with the file just to brush away any of those glitters that were kind of like hanging over that free edge. That file really helped just like whisk those away with little to no effort. And then I'm just cleaning up this line here just a little bit here. There's just a couple fine pieces of glitter here on that line that I'm just scraping away, and we're going to dust off, and we are done with that nail. So now we're going to move on to the other two nails. So this nail I'm going to focus on the chunkier pieces of glitter, and then on the other nail, I'm going to focus on the finer pieces of glitter so you can see how to utilize this glitter right here and get two completely different looks. So I thought that'd be really cool to show you the difference of the chunkier glitter and then focusing on the finer glitter. It's definitely like a night and day difference, and that's the best part about this glitter right here. Even though it has a lot of chunkier glitters in it, you could totally focus on the finer glitters and get a completely different look. And that's what I love about this, that you can create so many different things with already the dip powders that you have. So if you have a chunky glitter with the fine glitter mix, you can definitely do this with any of those glitters as long as it has a really good ratio of those fine glitters. And these do. I will say, for being a chunky glitter, these are laying super, super flat. I always get really intimidated by chunky glitter because I feel like can either make or break your mani, because they naturally build up so much bulk. And then if they're not laying super flat, even if you clear encapsulate it, you tend to cut into them. And if you cut into glitters with your file, it will start taking away that beautiful color, and it'll start showing silver pieces. So I tend to get a little bit nervous when I'm playing with chunkier glitters, but I've never ran into any issues when it came to the glitters of 915 Aesthetics. They're very thin and they just apply beautifully. All right, so you can see here we picked up tons of those chunky glitters and we pulled in some beautiful pink ones as well. I really like how well the pink glitters match almost 100% of that pink. It's so perfect. I'm obsessed. If you couldn't tell already, this color combination right here, it is everything to me. All right, so we're just going to continue pressing everything down, especially when you're working with a chunky glitter. The flatter you can get everything, the better outcome it's going to be, and you're going to just have a breeze when it comes to filing and buffing. So we're going to clean everything up here from underneath the side of that nail. That's also important. Make sure you're cleaning up those glitters from underneath that nail because you want a really smooth transition from that press on to the natural nail. All right, so here's what we're working with. I'm loving this set right here. So this is the chunky glitter. We focused on the chunky pieces, and now we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you the difference of the nails when you work with the finer glitters. All right, so enough chit chat. Let's get back into this set here, and then I'm going to pop back in just a few moments.
feels like I know you. We love the same things. You want a house in Malibu. Are you feeling the same way I do? Are you feeling the same way I do? Are you thinking about me? Are you thinking about me? I'm having a hard time not doing anything other than thinking about you. So are you thinking about me? 'Cause I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. 'Cause I've been thinking about you.
All right, and here's the comparison of the chunky glitter nail versus the fine glitter nail. You can see it's a night and day difference, and it's a great way to utilize these glitters to get different looks. I love both looks. The finer glitter is everything though. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and protect these glitters with a layer of clear powder. We're gonna apply that with a layer of dip base, a very thin layer, and then we're just gonna dip into that jar and just protect those nails. I'm still gonna press everything down as we go, but overall this clear right here, if you were looking for a clear, this one's really soft to the touch. It feels like you're dipping into a cloud. It doesn't feel like grainy, and I feel like since it is such a finely milled clear, you get a really good crystal clear finish. All right, so let's clear encapsulate these nails, do the filing and buffing, and then we're almost to that finish line.
Now that I'm looking back, I can see all the signs I tried to fill in the cracks that were spread in my mind, but I was all out of hope, lost in an endless maze. The emptiness had afforded just like a void, but you broke the coldness somehow and lit up a flame. And ooh, I was done feeling hopeless.
Alright, now that we're done filing and buffing, I'm going to go ahead and give this nail a good scrub before we go in with the activator, just to make sure we're getting rid of any of that extra filing dust, and then we're going to go in with the activator. I did do the rest of the filing and buffing off camera just to save some time today, and I did not run into any issues when it came to filing and buffing. I did not cut into any of those glitters. Also, that pink we did not encapsulate, and those filed like a dream. Now we're almost to that finish line. We're going to add a finishing touch here to the thumbnail. So I am going to apply a layer of gel base to all the nails. Normally I just go in with a gel top coat, but since we're adding a little bit of striping tape to this nail, I went ahead and applied a layer of gel base to all the nails, and I cured for 30 seconds. This gave this nail a little bit of a tacky surface, which really helped with the striping tape. So I'm just using a cuticle nippers that I used strictly for nail art. And now that we have the striping tape sticker, I feel like the striping tape sticker works a lot better than that striping tape that's like in that like little reel that you have to like find the ending. I feel like it's really hard to like find where the tape starts, but this is really easy. It's a game changer, and I'm just lining it up right on the nail here. And once I have it exactly where I want it, I'm going to use the silicone tip here on the end of these tweezers and just press everything down. And once everything is laying flat, and then I'm going to go ahead and use those cuticle nippers and just clean up the extra tape that's hanging over. I always like to cut a bigger piece than I need because I'd rather have too much than too little. And I recommend getting a cuticle nipper just for nail art only. I really utilize this cuticle nipper for nail art all the time, from decals to nail stickers to working with charms, so it definitely comes in handy. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and just make sure everything is laying super flat one more time with that silicone tool, and then to protect this tape, we're just going to finish it up with a layer of gel top coat. If you want, you could do a layer of gel base, cure for 30 seconds, and then go in with your top coat, but I'm just going to go in with the top coat today and apply a thin layer and then cure for 60 seconds. And here's the finished set. I love it so much. I think I love it even more because it's not like your traditional Valentine's Day colors, and there's just something about this bubblegum pink and the softness of it, and then these glitters are everything. I really like the different textures, how we have the fine glitters and the chunky glitters, and those like light blush pink colors pulling out of the glitter. It really just complements this duo completely. So these colors are available individually through 915 Aesthetics, and again, they are limited edition, so if you're thinking about them, definitely grab them. But they're so beautiful. This color blocking nail is everything. I debated on doing like the silver striping tape or gold. I'm really glad I went with the gold, but everything applied amazingly, and I'm really excited on how this turned out. These colors are even great for spring. This glitter is going to come into play. I feel like this would look really good with some like pops of orange for summer. Options are endless with these colors. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's mani. It was a little bit longer. We pulled in some fun color blocking, but overall I had so much fun playing with these new colors from 915 Aesthetics. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next one.